Oh, you know what? You're right. I I'd trade for it. Yeah, they're gonna fix that though. Like, you know. All right, so we're opening up 30,000 presents here on stream real quick because Pyro couldn't think twice. Let me make sure it deletes secrets here. So my inventory doesn't get flooded. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and drag this account into the void pit. So that way, if anyone does join, they're not gonna be, stream spamming. Okay. Let's just fix Pyro's mistake. He could trade him back though. Ay, ay, ay. Nothing good yet. I don't think they've actually adjusted what's in the Pandoras, so I think you can still get the, original crappy units, and that's not something that should be. So if I go just to double check what's actually fully in the Pandoras from the wiki. I think that does mean that Blighted Endobani is in these for right now. Even though we'd hope for them not to be. I want to check present chances from the other wiki here. All right. Haven't gotten a nightmare properly yet. Well, except for it's me now. Okay, Blighted Endobani is still in rotation, so we can't even get Carney. Kind of sucks. Kind of sucks. Juggernaut. You're gonna stay here with me while presents are opened. Yeah. So, Juggernaut and Blighted are... So Blighted's still in the Pandora rotation, by the way. No, it's probably going to drop further down now. If I'm being real. Already gotten through about 1,000. Another Blighted. Astral Bonnie. Which isn't saying much. It doesn't, not even slightly. For you to repay what you've already gone through, you'd have to roll at least a shiny coffee. Misinput, huh? You just made somebody's PvP career, I swear to God. Christ. Yeah, quite literally, you're the only person that could do that. And you know, all of these presents were probably obtained by somebody in the matter of a week through doing night shift. So, yeah, it wouldn't take long. Well, I mean, since they nerfed night shift, it would take about 4 days. Still. I mean, honestly, I've considered it. So, just doing that just for Pandoras. Probably after clan season though. I don't know. If you could get me Pandoras for during clan season for me to open on stream, that'd be great. I do want to try to get a shiny coffee. I know some people would like that. I mean, hey, I got just 1,000 wins in a matter of nothing, so go ahead, pass them over. I got 4,000 wins total, 1,000 per account. Not too bad, if I say so myself. Oh, you know, Kaijuno will not be happy with this. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised what he tries to do is he tries to put the presents... Whenever he gets bored, he's going to try to put the rest of the presents on me. Like, I'm going to make sure I can buy any more potions as I mean, if I need them. You do it. Tell him your mistake. So far, there's only been an Astral, a couple Blighteds, and a Juggernaut. Hello, Vincent. Welcome to the stream. Probably should have started this short form, but presents don't show up properly in my stream that way. I already did get one. Juggernaut. Who was that guy with shiny hippo? Burb, who was the guy with the shiny hippo? Who was it in the call that had the shiny hippo? Not him. What, just like 20 minutes ago. No. No, dude got one free shiny hippo. No. The guy only had one Orville, got a shiny hippo. Who was that? I want to try to trade for a shiny hippo. Yeah, go ahead. Yo, Frisk. Yo, Frisk. I will trade you... How much is shiny hippo going around right now? We got, what, 2 mil odds? About there? Yeah, I don't care if it's going to rise. We're going to go like this. So what we're going to do... Okay, we're going to do... Let's just throw in a shiny Galleon just because. Shiny OMC just because. Let's see. Bruh, ain't no way. And, shiny Paleo. Just because. That's the best cooldown booster in the game. And he does damage, and he also boosts every other Springtrap unit in your team by 62% of shiny. So I pair him with Tarnished normally, but pairing him with Toxic would also work, and that's more or less what people use him for. But he also boosts all Dino units that way too. So Chikazilla. On his own, 1 mil. But he goes up and down. Shiny OMC is another mil. 1.2 mil. And then Shiny Galleon, just because it's a OG that I don't want on in my roster anymore, because I got frustrated that I bought it, is 400k. And then, let me see here. I can just throw in something extra. Let's see. Shiny Pair 5 that I got off Pyro. $4K stat chips. Here, look, you're watching my stream, right? You got my stream open? look at my YouTube stream. So, yeah. I'm opening these presents. Got Pyro to give me 30K so I could open them. Content. 4K stat chips got me a shiny Bear 5 with Spring Lock. Not too bad. No regrets. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, God. Stop. No. Okay. Okay. Oh, dear. Wasn't me. It was Burp. Yeah. Yo, Anthony, you want to buy a shiny galleon off me? Juggernaut. I'll stream. John? John, if I wanted your opinion. Astral. Tarnished Spring Bonnie or Tarnished Fredbear? 1.2 mil. That's all that I've rolled. Oh, did he roll an Astral too? Oh, it was just me that rolled it. So, yeah. Blighted. Yeah, Tarnished Spring Bonnie. Shiny is... Yeah, Chippy. I got a shiny galleon. You want to buy it? All right. So, if we subtract the shiny galleon, getting Chippy to buy it instead, you got shiny Paleo, shiny OMC, shiny Bear 5 with Spring Lock. That's 2.27 mil. That's without any enchants, mind you. That's just base value. I don't really do enchant value. Yeah. The OMC, the shiny OMC is clean. And the shiny Paleo's unwrenched. It just has Vengeance on it. It was like the 5th roll I did on it. And got Vengeance on it. Which works, because it does damage, so. And then... I'd say it's a pretty fair booster. I could throw in Jackie. Jackie does 60% slow and a 0.5 stun together. And it's Cone AoE. Yeah, it's Cone AoE. Yeah. It's actually not too bad. Oh, and it has a value now. So Jackie, 100k value. So it's just a throw in. I do have to finish my video before I do Jackie, though. Kachina won't be happy with the trade that you did. You want to buy the blob? Oh, you know what? That's right. I could throw in a blob. So your 6th slot loses 1 placement, but gains 150% damage buff. And the blob, with Vengeance, keeps up with max rainbow DPS. I have a few. You cannot trade them. You lose the ability to place OMC. That's what I'm planning on pairing. I'm planning on pairing the blob with Mr. Hippo. The blob doesn't have a true value yet because people keep either lowballing it too far or putting it up way too high. No, wait, 500k plus, 500k plus. Never mind. He's finally got a value. 500k plus. I'm looking at the value list right now. So if I threw in the blob in there, and then also just had an extra hippo, because you'd still need one, that's 3 mil. So that would be shiny Paleo, shiny OMC, shiny Bear 5, a Jackie, though I would like to finish my video on that before I trade you the Jackie. I'm just going to do it short form. I decided that's just going to be Dark Knight Puppet, awesome, and then the blob and Mr. Hippo. No, I just rolled a Dark Knight Puppet. You see, Burb yelled at me for not reacting properly to stuff. I was playing Brain Rot with Blob and a golden, like, shark. Say that again? Yeah, the golden shark was running down the path, and I said, "Oh, look, cool, the golden shark." And he yelled at me like, "What?" Noon I am. Okay, so in this trade, Frisk, the only thing that you're losing is 10% Wither. That's it. You are losing 10% Wither because that's the difference between Shiny and normal Hippo. He does Wither. He does 20% Wither as Shiny. I have a Shiny one I just used, but I haven't been using Hippo because normal Hippo is good, but he's not good for Wither. Not whenever you have other units to use. Like, if you use him right, then he can be really, really good. But, yeah. I think he'll do amazing for PvP and possibly replace Gaia when it comes down to it. But if you plan on using him that way, then normal Hippo would work just fine. It's just for the stun at that point. Because each of its... Okay, so I don't know if you fully went into how he works yet. I will read through how he works fully. He has a passive that is Life's a Story or something. Mr. Hippo's turret copies his own stats whole and applying 10% Wither for 5 seconds, 20% when shiny. He also, his attack, because people think he's bugged by not doing any damage, his attack is placing traps. He's a trapper turret tower. I don't know why people think he's broken. They haven't used him right. His traps do his damage. The turrets never do. None of the turrets display his damage on the tower. That goes for Fossilized Puppet, Mechanic Afton, or in Purple Guy even. All the way back to that. What presents are they, John? Yeah. The 8 presents, not the 9? If somebody's collecting, 10k at best, if someone just wants the present to collect. That's just for collectors. If you're otherwise, you're not looking for much sell. Yeah. I do not, John. I have already indexed everything from that era of the game, and I'm not going to want to open those presents ever again. Frostbear and Frosttrap are useless to me. What? Dark Frostbear. Wait, DW? Oh. Ooh. That's... Mm-hmm. Oh. No, because that would be PGF. G and W are a bit distance away. Oh, duh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, okay. Before you say anything else, John, I think that Wrenching the Rainbow is good. Look what I got on mine. And did you roll a shiny? Okay, if you kept the present, I can understand the trade here. But if you were just going to open the present, there was no point in doing that. No, because I've seen them sold on the marketplace for just $1 million. Okay, so I have rolled 2 Apexes, an Astral, and a DKP so far. Okay, so here is my fully updated offer for the Shiny Hippo, okay? We have Shiny Paleo, good booster. Shiny OMC, clean, unwrenched. Shiny Bear 5, wrenched with Spring Lock. Mind you, it was from Pyro, so of course it was. However, if you're going to use that, you're using it for PvP starter, chances are. Jackie, which is a 60% slow and a 0.5 second stun with a cone AoE. The Blob, which is a full AoE tower that does immense amount of damage, but also takes one placement off your 6th slot and gives it 150% more damage, which you can stack with Vengeance and with any other buffs. And then also a Mr. Hippo. So you get your Hippo back anyways, if you wanted to use it for anything. And Pyro, the only things I've rolled so far is an Astral and a DKP. I have 23,000 more. Yeah, he gave me 30k. So I could open them. Yeah, no, that's like 200k. 200k-ish. 5k presents. And he hasn't rolled anything, keep in mind. He hasn't rolled a thing. God, bro. John, I have 20 or 19,000 stat chips that you can offer 50 souls per for. It's normally 55. 5,000, 50k. Wait, no, that's 500,000, isn't it? Wait, I'm dumb. 250,000. 250k, 250k. So 5,000 stat chips for 50 souls each is 250k. Yeah. And I just get a ton of them. Some people will just give them to me, and I'll just take them. And other times I'll just grind for them after clan season, and I just get so many. Okay, so when you grind for stat chips, the reason why it's just so valuable is not only do you get corrupted, which you can then sell for souls, you get the stat chips, which you can sell for souls, or use to make a unit better to sell for souls. And then you can also buy presents with the rest of the coins you actually get to sell for souls, or to open and sell what you get for souls. In my case, after I had already gotten 10 Orvilles, I decided, you know what, I'm just going to sell a bunch of them, and I sold, like, I think 9 Orvilles for 230k each. And I just kept doing that day after day. So I kept at a pretty steady 1 mil souls for that while. Yeah, with the Orvilles that I kept, because whenever we were getting close to it, I said, you know what, okay, I'm just going to do a little bit more grinding, and then I'm going to just save up my coins. I sell it. I got a shiny Orville last season. I sold it for 900k. Whenever it was circus baby time, I ended up just trading down, so I would trade my shiny one for more of them. But now it's back where we're at like a point where there's no true soul cap. 2 mil will eventually rise, I believe. Hopefully it doesn't, honestly. I'm not sure. I'm not in the server. You got an SV Agonized Unwrenched? Well, with knowing how Agonized is dropping, you could get 10k stat chips, John. Well, 12k stat chips. Yeah. What is it? Bruh. New triple booster on its way. Yeah, John. I mean, if it's for shiny agonized, shiny SV or SV agonized, I would. Yeah. Did they just put Monty's head on it? Oh, that's even worse. Stop. You are not calling brain rot good. Let me just make sure. Actually, John, it'll be 11,500. Chippy, I'm not going to do 2 Pirate Withered Foxies, a Withered Golden Freddy, three Nightmare Mangles, 2 Tarnished Spring Bonnies, 2 Tarnished Fredbears, and a Moon for my blob. I don't care about OGs. They will not change it. They're decent, but there are better. Now, if I was being offered, if he was going to go ahead and just overoffer, give me like a shiny War Machine for Blob, I mean, okay. Yeah, yeah. But it's Chippy. It's Chippy. It's Chippy. It's Chippy. So. I think only like 15 of them win, don't they? Or is it 5? I think it was 5 last time. 10. Gotcha. Ooh, okay. Shiny Valkyrie Unevo for my blob. Is it wrenched? Chippy, is it wrenched? Is it... Oh my god, I swear to god. What is its value anyways, like estimated at? Christ. All right, somebody who's watching my stream, is this, do you call this a W trade? 11,500 stat chips for a unwrenched shiny vengeance, agonized. Agonized. Yeah. Unwrenched, though, so, you know, it's got some shiny vengeance, unwrenched. Shiny vengeance, unwrenched. Yeah. I know. No, it's not. But you know what? I didn't have it. I didn't have it indexed, so I'll take it. Um, a gilded, for the blob and 50k souls. Nah. Okay, so. Alrighty. Hey, shiny Goliath. That's actually not too bad value. Shiny Goliath, so 180k, a DKP, and an Astral. That's 415k. Um, okay, so you're gonna give me gilded with, I'm a guess, no enchant for the blob and 20k souls. Now, last I checked, gilded is just DKP. No, his ability, everything about him is identical. Would he really? Let me see. 30% income boost. Slightly. It's a different unit at least. But do I need that is the real question when I could just go borrow a bounty mangle, which has 100% income. Does it have the enchant on it, Chippy? I'm assuming not. If it had champion on it, I would give you 100k souls and be like, okay, I can see where this is going. Yeah, it's fits clean, then I don't know about that. Just grinding night shift. Okay, so Frisk. Let's hear your word on this offer. Shiny Paleo, Shiny OMC, Shiny Bear 5, Jackie, the Blob, and a Mr. Hippo. 3 mil value. 3.04 mil. And the Blob is looking to rise. And Paleo will rise after he's gone. Having the Spring Trap buff, what he does is, and the being the best cooldown booster is not going to go away. Spring Trap unit? Let me see what I could do here. If I could remove... I do have a Toxic Spring Trap. 500? Hold on, let me make sure. 500k flat. I could throw in Agonized, which is 575, and I could just take something off. Or I could take something off in the trade and just add in Agonized. Or not Agonized, Toxic. So in this case, I would take off Jackie and Shiny Bear 5 and add in Toxic Springtrap, so now you're getting 3.2 mil value. But you still get the Blob and Mr. Hippo. That's true. Is the Blob really important to you in this? Okay. Is getting another Hippo too important to you? Or do you already have Gaia? Is there anything that you can add? And I'll add back in Jackie. So that with Jackie, it's 3.3 mil, 6 units. All right. Here, I'll send you a screenshot of the trade. Mm. I sent you the trade. Oh yeah, hold on, I forgot to include the value in that. Jackie is, let me make sure. Jackie is 6K, so it's like the moon. That's starter price for most maps. Paleontologist is 30K. It'll be about quarter way in before you place him. Most of the time, you just use him for the buff on the team. Hey, I just got an OMC. It's normal. Dark. Astral. And then shiny Goliaths. So the total value that I've managed to roll is 450K. And, yeah, and I don't think Pyro's rolled anything. You are using 2 times luck, though, right, Pyro? Clan presence, so it's not even guaranteed. It's not even... So clan presence, and you can only do that once per account before having to pay for it. It's not guaranteed to get it, and for reference, the amount of exists on the blob is only 77. Swear to God, Chippy watched my blob video, my blob short, and has been asking me for it ever since. Yeah. And the shiny one's going for like 1 mil. I think there's only like 5 of them total right now. Well, that's just the offers that have gone through. It might even be more. Void rolled the first shiny one, and then someone else rolled the shiny one and traded it off for 1 mil souls. And pretty sure they scanned themselves. They posted it in the server. Yeah, here's the thing though, with everything that they changed this update, it really shows what the effort's going in. So I don't think that the clan present's going to be around for the entire season. This will be the clan season present, and then they change it. And then the same will probably go with the AFK present. Like, I don't think they want another blighted situation. With how that happened, they can never give blighted Endobani an evolution. I have a feeling that they probably plan to. The amount of them that are in the game. And even if they did, they can't make it good. That's a lot for a nightmare present. Go based off of what Galleon has and exists. Yeah, Blighted has 123,000. Shiny Galleon has 1,000. And if we just go based off of Overseer, not everyone evolved theirs, but that's 12k. There's a big difference. Blighted Endobani can never get an evolution without it being something that either doesn't do very good, or beyond that. Either way, though, what you could probably do with this trade is you could trade off Shiny Paleo and another unit, or add, and then you can get Shiny El Chip, which does triple boosters. Not as good. It's Master of None, does everything good, just not as good as having 3 separate boosters. I told you this was going to happen, didn't I? Like, Burb, did I say that exactly? Her Anima over, Pyro. Anima over, Pyro. Anima over. Here's your compensation. Oh, yeah, here. You get this thing. You get this thing. And you get... Where is he at? This thing. There you go. I'm gonna keep the other 15 shiny copies I'm rolling off for myself. What slow do I run? Mixes. Or I use a starter for slow. In this case, I want Jackie to replace one of my slows because of what she does 2 of. If you have a stun, and then you can also have a true stun, and then you also have slow all in one. Hey, I got another OMC. Yeah, so you cover 2 in 1, and it's the same cost as the moon. 60% flat. It does not change with it's shiny or not. So 0.5. Normal stun. Moon is also 0.5. I believe. Moondrop has a 2.8 second cooldown normally with a full AoE, no slow. Jackie is a 2.7 second cooldown with, 6,000 placement, same thing, with 60% slow and 0.5 stun. So technically it is better than Moon, slightly. By 0.1 second it is better. But you can always get OC and then glitch it, so I can actually check that real quick. Here, I'll tell you what its stats will be if you get it fully glitched. Let's look up. I mean, if Moon's your current starter, Okay, so Wet Floor Blot is cooldown, right? Wet Floor Blot's also really cheap to place. So if you're just looking at this from a PvP standpoint, you would still want another starter. And if you want like an early, I'd say just an early slow, I'd say Fan, Crying Soul, or Dark Frostbear. And then eventually have a better slow with Stun, which would be Jackie, your next placement. So like original PvP. By the way, I have the calculation right here. Full glitched with overclocked on Jackie is a 1.6 cooldown before any buffs. That's before doing, a cooldown booster on it. The ideal thing for Night Shift, in my opinion, would just be Paper Pals and a Ring Master Foxy, and that works just great for me. But you can also replace that with an Orville instead, and then it works fine. Orville with Overclocked. You want Vengeance on Ringmaster or Springlock on Paper Pals, and you'll be set. Yeah, so it depends on who you want to use in last place. And keep in mind that you can bring both Queen of Hearts and the Blob on the same team. So first slot gets a bonus, last slot gets a negative. Got another OMC. I do not currently have a spare Queen of Hearts, but I have considered rolling one. Well, Queen of Hearts is also more valuable than Hippo right now. So let me just... So Queen of Hearts, normally, if I were to just give up mine, I'd have to get a new one. That's 270k. I need to know what you have. Hippo is 162. Hmm. What? Yeah. That's not a good, Okay, who thinks that I should take this offer? I'm posting it in general chat. Um, what's my slow? No, it's not. Oh, God. Look, I'm not gonna say it's a bad offer. It's really not. But if I just go based off of value alone and how much of it I'm never gonna be able to trade in this case, you know. The bulk of it is all in Gilded, and then shiny or just normal Tarnish is 10k. Tarnish, Fredbear, both of them 10k each. Pirate Withered Foxy is 65k. Nightmare Mangles at like, I think it's what are they called? 40k. So all of the value here is just in Gilded. And while Gilded does the income buff, if I were to use a puppet build, I guess I could see it being useful. If I grabbed Jester Puppet, paired it with it, sure. Because Jester Puppet does Wither. Okay, here, I'll read you what it does. The newest Apex beyond Mr. Hippo is that continuous splash Wither with a 20% Wither for 1 second or a 30% if shiny. And every 10 seconds, it does an AoE attack that does 25 times its damage. So it's a continuous Wither. That's what gives it such a big bonus. Being Splash. Like, you know, it ain't too bad. Jester Puppet? No. I have to do PvP for it. He's in the PvP 2 prison. He's also like a million value right now. So I couldn't even trade for him if I wanted. Yeah, no, okay, normals drop down to 510 or 550. So normal's 550. The shiny one is going to be sitting at 5 mil, 3 mil for a while though. Yeah. Ay, ay, ay. But yeah. Let me see here. I could always... Paleontologist. So, in my personal opinion, I glaze El Chip, right? However, I have had the opportunity once to see all three of the best boosters in the same room boosting Rainbow. The Rainbow with a full team boost being each unique rarity, right? So 100 and I think what 120% bonus in damage. Plus the King Trap bonus of 1.75. Paleontologist for its cooldown. Pickles for its range. It did over 2 million DPS, having two of them placed because it was Queen of Hearts as well. If you're going to be playing with other people, I'd say Paleontologist. If you're just going to be doing solo, you should trade it off and like add to get an L chip, in my personal opinion. Triple booster saves 2 slots, or at least 1 slot for another unit, you know. He does just cooldown, and he does a 62% or 62.5% damage buff to any Dino or Springtrap units on your team. So he doesn't have to be placed down for the damage buff, but for the cooldown you do have to place him and max him, and he's not cheap to place and max. He costs 30k to place, and then I think he's like 35k, and then another 30k, and then like 40k at the end to actually max him out. I mean, if you paired him with a income boost, I can see him being good for PvP. But you need it for duos, for sure. If you're just doing solos, L chip or coffee and pickles is normally what the meta would be. And some people don't even consider range as much of a need anymore with how high, with being able to glitch stats, and then also just how high unit range is now. So at this point, it's coffee. So that's why coffee's been doing better. Plus, coffee does a slightly better damage buff than L chip. So shiny coffee is at a pretty good spot. Yeah, I do, Joseph. Welcome back to the stream. Okay. I'm going to do a quick BRB. You think about the trade. I will be right back. That's a good question. I'm back. World peace. All right, let's get back to rolling presents. Got 34K to go now. I think it's around 1 mil plus for just rainbow, and I wish you luck. Well, I mean, besides the fact that everyone thinks, hey, it's trash, people think it's bad. So there are a few people underselling it, right? Not many, not enough, but there are a few. Yeah. That's rainbow itself, and you need one of each rarity, so it doesn't really matter what units you use. You just have to have a unit in that rarity, right? So in this case, rainbow counts as a nightmare. So you need a secret, you need an apex, in this case, Queen of Hearts, rainbow in the first slot. And then a forgotten unit, and a mythic. I think Ned Bear, shiny Ned Bear. All of that gave it 100-some thousand DPS. Full glitched. Full glitched shiny champion rainbow. Full glitched. Gave, 100k base form, just 100k damage at 0.0, or I think without, before the buff, it's 0.101 cooldown. And then you throw on King Trap, shiny Paleo, and shiny Butters. Not Butters, shiny Pickles for the range. That was me with shiny King Trap and shiny Paleo, and Void with shiny Pickles. And that gave it, I think it was somewhere around, pretty casual, 200,000 every 0.09 seconds. Now, when you do the math for that, you end up with over 2 million DPS with 2 placements. Or, 2 million DPS when you place both. So it was 1 million DPS per 1 rainbow. This was in Endless 10 that we tested this. Yeah, just a normal 10, just normal Endless. Yeah. I gotta rejoin. To get it to maximum, at least one of each of the best boosters. And then a unit, or I'd recommend Queen of Hearts, at least for your Apex slot. And then every other unit needs to be a unique rarity on your team. Because its passive reads this. This unit gains a 20% stackable bonus for each unique rarity on the team. They don't have to be placed. I'd want to say 1.5, 2 mil almost. And shiny champion, I wouldn't be surprised if it reaches 20 mil. I don't think anyone's going to trade it. Okay, so here's how it goes. Everyone who doesn't have it is calling it bad. But you know what? They don't have it and don't understand why it's good. It's the same with Hippo. People are calling it bad because they don't understand how it works, even though he works just fine. Yeah, Hippo's great. He works perfectly. People think he doesn't work because he's not doing damage. His damage is in the traps. That's his damage rate. It's traps. He is not a single. He's not a counter AoE. He's not that. He's a trapper. Like Mendo. Whenever Mendo was released, the only time his damage went up is whenever an enemy stepped on one of his traps. I mean, yeah, he was the meta to doing Halloween Endless. Yeah. Shiny Mendo is, I think it's actually fairly high. Might be a little lower now, but I wouldn't be surprised if Mendo gets a buff eventually. Wait, was he changed to a nightmare? Oh, no, he's not. Okay. Shiny Mendo is at 125k plus. His demand is low, but they've also been redoing all the OG units, so he's very possible he gets some sort of buff later. I imagine when he gets a buff, he'll get something that he'll boost trappers. He'll get reworked, so he'll do traps, but he'll also boost other trappers on the team by like 62% shiny. Your team. What's your custom unit? Show me. Okay, well, tell me. You're that one. Okay. Well, I think the idea is interesting. I also think that it wouldn't work. Well, there's too much that's going on with that. So you'd have to have it be enabled for every passive add-on kind of thing. So burn. Normal and not shiny. Okay. So shiny 10%, normal 5%. Or 7.5. Okay. Okay. True Stun and Wither on one unit is interesting. Well, we already got one of those, so I guess I can't say it's not possible. Let me think. I don't think it should do True Stun. However, I do think it should do Wither at least. And you should probably have it have a different bonus. So, True Stun with, I guess in this case, it would just be slow. You could call it a intimidation type attack. My intellect is intimidating, you know, that kind of thing. Go that route, I could see it working just fine. They would change it to 10 seconds. There's nothing that would be 5 seconds. That kind of effect would only be balanced if it was 10 seconds, which is why I say pair it with something that isn't, you know, True Stun. Pair it with poison or slow that lasts for 5 seconds. That way half downtime isn't too bad. And then its normal attacks could just be, I don't know. The normal attacks are difficult to come up with. Or you could format the first special tower. It takes 10 spins on the cube to solve it. And each spin on the cube to eventually have it solved causes an AoE effect. In this case, you could go with slow, a 1 second stun, burn for 1 second. Could be a 15% burn and a 15% poison for 1 second. And have it formatted to the color. So you could change it. You could have it for every 10 seconds, right? You get, for shiny, 20% wither. And then also you get a slow for 5 seconds, okay? And every second before that, the Rubik's Cube spins. Okay? Each time it spins, a side is solved, or at least almost solved. And that way you can have an effect attached to it. So burn, poison. It would be closer, because there's 6 sides to a cube. You would be better off doing 6 seconds. So if you were to do that, so you do every 6 seconds, the Rubik's Cube is solved, and it does a slow for 3 seconds. And during that time, when the next time, every spin after that solves another side, so it would be, it unscrambles, then you have, or it scrambles, I mean, and then you have burn, wither, well, I guess no, you already have wither. So burn, poison, stun, not a true stun, just a stun. And then you could just go through that cycle like that every few seconds, and it just does that. It wouldn't be too bad. I could see that working. That might also be picked if you have the proper art for it. Hello, Rowan. Welcome to the stream. I'm not good with digital art, but I can do hand-drawn sketches. I've done that since forever. And I'm quite interested in it, and I would just like to do it for a video. Yeah, it's a box. Yeah, that could work. The problem is none of the animations in this game are too complicated, so you got to be really careful with how you do things because they get really lazy with, you know, yeah, yeah, with those weird long puppet fingers. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely interesting. Okay, I see what you're going for. It sounds complicated. I don't know how the staff would see it though. Yeah, man, thanks. Yeah. DKP is kind of mid. Planet Buster is good for some things. Good luck. So, yeah, Chikazilla is definitely like, yeah, Chikazilla has a lot, but you also got to count that they finally got, out of the cover of a rather iffy dev, and now they can do whatever they want here, and it actually turns out good. Like this last update was the best update I've ever seen this game have for a long, long time. I mean, I could try. And Rowan, you're right. It will be a no. Like every other streamer, because you should work for your stuff. Just do it. Work. Don't get scammed. You were dumb to do that. Uh, if it gets accepted, I'd want to play around with the dev one. Okay. Oh, okay. Then I want to play around with the prototype and just do a video on it. And then eventually steal it when you quit. Should you leave, I take full responsibility for the child. Yes, I take custody of the dog, the cat, all 4 children. And the household, should I wish. Get on the streets, you dirty, dirty little box man. Yeah, that's my movie. On that note. It would be quite interesting. I'm not sure how they would release it, though. Being that powerful, they'd have to release it as either an Apex or as a very exclusive Forgotten or Nightmare unit with what it does. That's the one thing you have to keep in mind. They'll take what is the added stats that you want into consideration. However, if it needs tweaked, they'll tweak it. Yeah. On that note. You mean like the biblically accurate puppet? Yeah, evangelic puppet, yeah. Chances are it will get added eventually, but there's so much else going on, you know, kind of. It was added. Oh, yeah, no. Because of how it was released. It ended up being just added as a nightmare unit into the present, and I doubt that they ever, you know, added a shiny dev one. Because it also was just a really bad unit. Yeah. Yeah. Though that won't be added till the next Christmas or winter event, so you gotta keep that in mind. Yeah, that I could see being added with if they ever do another military event, right? They could do that. I mean, I could see them doing. I could honestly see them bringing back events around the same time that they were originally released, like an anniversary type event kind of thing. Halloween will come back. I see them bringing back Gravelord when they do that. However, I also see them making a new Apex or a Forgotten for it. Yeah, oh yeah, from the Endless 10, yeah. We don't need more puppets. I am still opening presents. 30K to go. But, alright. Let me see how I can adjust this trade. Let me ask you something, Frisk. Frisk, how important to you is Shiny OMC in this trade? Or would you prefer to have Fossilized Puppet? It's the Forgotten from the Dino event. Nope. Why? Uh-huh. Reasons. Kaijuno probably has one, but he's not home right now. Fossilized Puppet has 3 turrets. You can place 2 Fossilized Puppets for 6 turrets total. They're each a mini Valkyrie. And the puppet itself gets boosted by the puppet buff and paleo. Oh, because, I mean, yeah, we didn't make it past wave 120. Oh, and it boosts all units in range by 50%. Oh, Frisk, did you hear me? All right. What? I don't know that you can. I think it's only in presence. Unofficial guide says it's only in presence, but I've never seen anyone pull it from the actual. Oh, no, wiki updated. It originally said it would be from the summons, but it's only from the prehistoric presence. Vengeance? No. Just overclocked or spring locked. The only one's worth it. Actually, don't spin on Freddy. Don't spin on a shiny Freddy. That's what's worth it. Okay, so wait, Frisk, what other unit were you trying to get extra with this trade that you were trying to offer for? A starter type? Oh, oh, Queen of Hearts. I mean, I could try to buy another one with that, yeah. And I would be giving it to you for less than it is. Um, all right. So here's what I would do. Okay. I will remove Shiny OMC. I will add in Fossilized Puppet and Queen of Hearts. So you get same value. However, and Queen of Hearts for the Shiny Hippo. And I'll keep my Shiny OMC so I can try to get another Queen of Hearts and maybe like a Premium Pass. And I'll try to sell that myself. And on that note, I'm going to quickly just record my Jackie video so I don't forget. And I'll just do that right now. Paleo is nightmare. Trying to think of a rainbow team. There is no good rainbow team that doesn't feel lacking. So you don't get the full buff. Okay, so me and Void's teams had the exact same buff, and it was more or less the same team that I'm using now. Uh, if you fully pulled it off like that for, full buff for duos, yeah. But your other duo would have to bring all the extra stuff that you need, so slow, stun, true stun. Then again, you could also bring true stun because you need a forgotten unit, so if you do Michael's demise. I mean, for the rate of DPS and having everything set, I could see it being worth it pretty fine. Yeah. Yeah, you only really need half the amount to have over 1,000,000 DPS anyways. If you want the full above all DPS, then yeah. Yeah. Sure. Yep. Well, I'm already friended with you on Roblox, but you can have me on Discord. Yeah, that's fine with me. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, what's up, Pyro? Yeah, go ahead. Okay. Pyro, what's up? Pyro will be here longer than you, Frisk. Say what you want. I think you have to get the artist role or be a certain level in the Discord, so you might want to take care of that much. Uh, Figure out what the roles people have, and then go from there. If you draw it a little bit, you get the artist role somehow. So there you go. I think you just have to submit proof. I don't. I think there's a way to apply, so I think you should see about that. Where are you at? Where are you at, Pyro? I can't see you. Um, Pyro, what are you doing? Is that the mimic? Glamrock. Okay, Glamrock. Why do you have a nightmare on your team? Why do you have an extra nightmare on your team? Why do you have a... Chica's Magic Rainbow counts as the nightmare for the buff. Bring a Forgotten starter. DFB is a Forgotten slow. DFB does slow, and it's a Forgotten starter. Go get DFB. Why do the evolved secrets not count as, or not evolved secrets? Do the evolved units not just count as the same tier? Yeah, it's the same tier. What are you doing? Yeah, background's off though. I'm just opening these presents still. 29K left. Yeah, nobody can hear you. At least I shouldn't be able to. Have you been watching the stream enough to hear yourself yet? Oh. Yeah, no, the background's muted, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. I mean, you should have expected it to go downhill eventually. Here, one sec. Oh dear. Yeah, simple answer, no, sir. There we go. What? Yes. Never mind.